I'm Cynthia James, and this network is about changing lives one woman at a time. We are changing the world one woman at a time. We're changing communities, families, and lives one woman at a time, because this is the time of women emerging. And I get the honor to introduce you to extraordinary women that inspire me, that are game changers in this world. So the woman I want you to meet today, Julie Chertow, has been a friend for a very long time. And I'm going to read a little bit of her bio, but then I'm going to tell you the story of how she was a game changer for me. So Julie has been a body worker and healer since 1983, completing her studies at the Massage School of Santa Monica in California. And after many years serving the film and music industries, in 1997, Julie began studying the art and science of essential oils and wellness with Gary Young, founder of Young Living Essential Oils. For almost 3 decades, Julie has been a minister of healing and a wellness educator, teaching classes throughout the United States and beyond to students at massage schools, spas, and physical therapy centers, to yoga teachers and the general public. Her classes are informative and engaging, helping people from all walks of life learn how to integrate the use of therapeutic grade essential oils into their daily lives. So I met Julie many years ago. She was a friend of my husband's, and we were all going to go to dinner, and I had a car accident. And I wasn't hurt, I thought. And I get to her studio, and she looks at me and she says, maybe you should lay down on my table. So I lay on her table, and she starts massaging me with these oils. And I literally start to feel my body shifting. And I'm like, what is that? What is she putting on me? And so we have this whole conversation about essential oils. From that day forward, I have never worn a perfume. I have only worn oils, and I've only used oils in therapeutic ways for my own healing. So I am eternally grateful for Julie Chertow and introducing me to oils. Welcome, Julie.
Thank you so much. Feel so blessed to be here with you and to share about these amazing oils and to be with all these amazing women around the world.
Well, you're extraordinary. And I really want to talk about the oils because you had a very thriving massage business. Mm-hmm. And then you started bringing in the oils. And how did that happen?
It was a very organic and natural process because at that time, there were no spas, there were no trainings. Nobody I knew was using oils. There were no stores selling them. There was no Young Living at the time. I mean, it was just something that I had to have had in my soul from lifetimes because I can't even pinpoint any person or book or training that I took. I mean, it really was very tucked away at that time, even though it's the original medicine on our planet from eons of time. It's what God gave us for our healthful longevity in plants, trees, flowers. It's all there for us. And that was I think, even before acupuncture. So it's been around for a very long time. And I just organically was drawn to them. Something right here.
Yeah.
Well, buy a bunch of oils and try them, and
it's wonderful and life changing. And I want to talk about it because you've been doing Young Living, all these years. You've been a teacher of it. Mm-hmm. You've written about it.
Yeah.
And you even created the aromadome. So I want to talk about your evolution here because you started out exploring oils before the high grade was there for you.
Yes, absolutely. I did. I was very, very ignorant. I had no training or teachers or books or anything to go by. And I thought my clients would like the smell of them to put and add to the plain massage oil. And that was the extent. So after 14 years of using 120 different oils that I was gathering whenever and however I could, because it was not like easily readily available in stores or anywhere, really. But through the 14 years, and in my ignorance, I didn't, expect any change. So I was not ever disappointed or looking for that. But then after 14 years, my dear friend Sophia introduced me to Young Living. I was very resistant because I was kind of putting away all those 120 oils and moving into sound healing, and she was like just consistently telling me how amazing and different that these oils were. And when I went to her for the first time for a bodywork session, I personally was going through a huge transition and heartbreak. And I was with for 8 months this heaviness over my heart. And she like put 2 drops on of this joy oil over my heart chakra. And you cannot deny it. It's like I felt like what you said, this lift of this heaviness that I was daily for 8 months grieving and crying every day in such grief and sadness. And it literally lifted, and it never went back ever to that 8 months of deep grief. It shifted it permanently. And I can explain how that is at some point in our dialogue today, because that's really good to know about.
Right. It's great. And what I love about the oils is that there are different oils with different frequencies for different things.
Yes.
So today I wear joy on my heart. I wear abundance around my neck. I wear lavender on my breasts. I wear thieves on my back. I mean, that's like my daily ritual. And then I have other ones for different stuff that are in my my aromatherapy mister that's in my room.
Oh, your diffuser, yes.
My diffuser, yes. So so can you just tell people what is why is it important to connect to the essential oils?
So there's, when you have those huge aha moments in life. I was just one day sitting on my couch, and I'm like, after years of using these oils on all my clients in New York and LA and all over, to witness consistently every single person I used them on shifting and changing. It's, you can't deny it. I mean, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, what are these oils? And I had this huge aha moment. I put it in my book. I tucked it away because I knew one day it needed to get out there. And here's what I realized. I was thinking about like a forest and how trees are so deeply rooted in the earth, and they stand in their glory and their divinity, and they never compare themselves. They never condemn themselves. There is no judgment. There's no fear with these trees. They're always growing toward the light. I mean, it's just like this divine happening on our planet. And you can sit and look at nature and walk by it, or you can contemplate deeper things at times. And so I was doing that. And I was thinking that this is where these oils come from. They come from the plants, the flowers, the trees, the bark, the needles, the roots, from different parts of these plants. And that very consciousness of total self-acceptance, of no fear, no compromise. A tree does not judge itself or anybody else, if lovers come and carve their initials in it, or if it burns down in a fire. Like, I thought, how does a blackened forest of millions of miles and acres regrow itself? My feeling about that is it regrows naturally and easily because there's no judgment. It just knows life, and it just keeps living. It's a remarkable thing when you stop and think about it. So these qualities are in the compounds when plant or flower trees are grown properly with no chemicals. There's no compromise. The soil's enriched with high minerals, and just everything's done in integrity. There's no fillers, no heavy metals in it. Then you get these compounds. So it is imperative to use oils that are therapeutic, and really the only ones that I really can stand behind and trust. I've done this route already. I can save everybody a lot of money and time and energy, to try to save a few dollars to buy some lavender. It can be very dangerous to use adulterated oils, very dangerous. And so, I just stick with Young Living. I spent 9 years going to the harvest and seeing and putting my own hands and distilling the oils myself, because I needed to see it for myself and not hear it in a video or read it in a book. And I can truly stand behind what I teach. And these Young Living oils deserve proper education. They really do. And that was my big aha moment about essential oils and why people shift emotionally in seconds, physically in seconds, from huge traumas or physical situations that people have not been able to find an answer for. And it's also very empowering, because to the extent we can take our healthcare into our own hands and, open the bottle. These oils, they have a consciousness and a life, and they have an unwavering mission like we do as human beings. They know where to go. They know what to do. We just have to open the bottle and put them on, and they will make their way of their destiny and what they need to do. It's just that easy.
It's so incredible.
Yeah.
So, I know you've written a book, and what's the title of your book?
I'd like to go get it. Okay, it's called Aromadome, Changing Lives One Breath at a Time. I wrote the book in 2 weeks and 4 days, including printing and editing and here it is right here.
That's incredible. Yeah, and I want to talk about the Aromadome, because I want you to explain what it is, and then I want to talk about an experience I had with it. So what is an Aromadome, and why did you create it?
Again, organically, I found myself with all my clients trying to contain the oils. So I was putting beach towels and blankets and, oh my God, for years over people. And I just had this innate sense. And also Gary Young inspired me, because he spoke, the founder of Young Living, one day at a training about a patient that had a very rare form of like a lung cancer or something. And he made a makeshift tent and he diffused one oil. And this man had 2 weeks to live. I mean, he really was very sick. And it completely, shifted everything for him. And he's still alive today. And that was inspiring for me. And at that time, I was sending out emails to people in my group, and that were students and stuff that wanted to learn, and I sent that out. And one of my clients in LA, she's an acupuncturist, started also trying to contain the oils, and she would tell me these amazing transformations for all her clients. It didn't matter if she was treating them for liver or hormones or emotions or depression or anxiety or whatever, it was shifting. And I was like, I also kept trying to contain them, but it was a mess, because it would fall on their face, it would fall on the diffuser. And for years, I was saying, somebody has got to think of something, because this is ridiculous. Or I'd be holding up, with one hand, the diffuser. This is a diffuser here. The oils come out into it like a fine mist. And just goes into an oil bottle, this atomizer top. And I'm going to just show you guys this because it's good to know. And so then it just, here, I'm going to just show you really quick here. So basically, I stumbled upon a missing link in healing. I truly, honestly feel like I found, without looking, a full-on missing link in healing. And it's not about the tent, which you can see, in the background here. Here's one. It's just a simple enclosure that pops open like a camping tent, or, but it's all about in the containment of the oils. And it is, 100 times more potent and powerful when people are laying in there, whether it's emotional purposes or physical purposes. I mean, we didn't know people could get a shift for pain in their body by just inhaling, oils that have, anti-inflammatory properties to it. And people's pain were like lessening. I was like, oh my goodness, that's incredible. I didn't, so it's been a discovery for me watching for 12 years since I've made this. And it's selling around the world now, which is so exciting. And I knew nothing. I'm a massage therapist, so I knew nothing about manufacturing or designing I mean, I'm not even a writer, and I wrote a book. I mean, it's just so funny when God wants to come through us. It's like a freight train, it's like if we're meant and destined to bring a wisdom out to humanity, it's going to happen. And
Right.
here it is. I'm now an inventor and a published author. I mean, where the heck did that come from, being a massage therapist?
Well, I love that. Well, years ago, I had taken people to Peru, and I think it was my third trip going there. And while I was there, something happened in my lungs, and they said they thought it was altitude, but it was something else. I mean, there was something happening, and I connected with Julie, with you, and I said, I don't know what to do, and she said, oh, you should try my aromadome.
Yes.
So I bought it, and I got under it, and I used the oil she told me to use. Within 2 days, my lungs were clear.
Yes.
My energy was back, and I felt completely clear that a miracle had just happened.
Yes. It's that fast and that easy. And we don't need to believe in it. We don't need to understand the science of it. We just need to breathe. And we're doing that already. So that's all that aromadome is. You lay in there and you breathe. And these properties, they're trusted because these are therapeutic and these work. And I can stand behind this so much so. Everything I've learned and seen in the many years of my studies and stuff and travels and being a part of harvesting, I get it, and it's like, it's that easy and that fast. And I mean, we're helping soldiers with, uh, horrible PTSD, and and all the fires here in Ashland, Oregon. We just had big, huge fires, and all the smoke inhalation. And part of this wellness center that I'm recording from is a cafe, and all my menu items, I have infused the oils into our drinks, into our baked goods, into our salad dressings, into every dish, everything. These oils are in, because there's culinary oils as well, your oreganos and basils, and you can use these in food and ingest them because they're clear and safe and clean oils. So it's okay to take them internally.
Right. So I love this. So some of you are listening to us on Spotify and iTunes, so you're not seeing Julie. But what I want you to know is she's got all these beautiful oils here, and she's holding them. And what I want you to know is that what is important is that they align with your frequency.
Yes.
They align with what you need.
Yes, it's amazing. And they just know.
Right, exactly. So first of all, I want you to tell people how to find you, and so they can get like a whole plethora of Young Living oils. How do they find you?
So you can find me. I have a website. It's for Aromadome. And it's aromadome.com, AROMADOME.com. And on there is my work line phone number, which is area code 541-482-6888 is my work line. It will ring to my home. I offer consultations and guidance because people need that. They need to understand, what oils to use for what, and I'm here to help with that. All my massage clients and myself, we all have it's Cynthia. We have a wholesale account through Young Living. So you really get good prices. They're much more affordable at wholesale, and you do not have to, do it as a business, or there's no restrictions. You just get the 24% off of retail, and they're available. And what's amazing, in the ancient days, I think about like the camel caravans with the Bedouin, tribal people that used to go by camel caravan for a year and a half. It was no women, it was all men. And they would bring that frankincense and myrrh from Egypt to Jordan and do the trading at the treasury house in Jordan. And like, it was a miracle if they even came back alive, because bandits, and all the if they got sick out there, and anyways, now like we call an 800 number and give a credit card on a piece of plastic, some number, and they're delivered to our front doorstep. I mean, how blessed are we? Like, we don't have to go through that whole camel caravan. It's so easy to obtain these oils. And it, after being on the farm for so long, the 9 years, it's a lot of work involved in making these, in integrity too. Oh my God, it's just huge. After I started being at the harvest, I never complained again about it, pricing, about any of it, because they're so precious. And I just feel so blessed to be able to get these so easily at my doorstep. Just
I
need a
love
box cutter and,
that.
that's about it.
That's great.
So,
So I ask every guest one last question, and it's the same question. And what would you like women to know about their awakening and bringing their gifts to the planet?
we all think a lot alike about that. We're supposed to be doing something like, what's my purpose? What am I supposed to be doing? And in all my years of being alive on this planet, I just do not feel it's about that. I feel it's about who we are, and the love and the compassion naturally as a woman, and how we walk. And even if in ancient times we were suppressed, like, it's the time now of the goddess. It's emerging in all of life, in men and the planet and the earth, and women and everywhere. It's this time now. And to, you just don't want to judge yourself for not knowing, like, oh, what job should I be doing? One smile, one kindness, one compassion, you opening this and raising your frequency and keeping your frequency up. These will raise your frequency. That's our purpose. Keep your frequency raised. We join when we raise our frequency, whether we're meditating, using oils, enjoy with children, or whatever. It's like we join that collective consciousness of empowerment, of happiness, of joy, of more peace. That's our purpose. You don't have to be a banker or pumping gas or working, at a department store, whatever. That's just something we do. But who we are is our purpose. And when you take time to develop that and use the tools that God gave us, this is a tool. And the last thing, it's just yelling at me to share this with you guys, because I have to, is that emotionally, these oils go into what is called the amygdala in our brain. That is our emotional center. And it is stores every emotion we have ever experienced from the time we were in our mother's womb till right now. And the only way the amygdala is stimulated to open and release is through smell. And this is where these come in. These emotional blends, surrender, joy, forgiveness, present time, trauma life. It's not a candle or a shampoo or an incense. They do that. And when you're in the aroma dome and it's contained in there, it shifts you in minutes, and you feel lighter and happier and easier, and the anxiety just dissipates, and the overwhelm and the stress and the PTSD and all of that just balances out. And we got to use these tools. If it's meditation, if it's taking baths, if it's being kind to yourself, if it's being patient with yourself and your kids and your families and your friends, and that is our purpose, and that's why what we're here doing, and we all need to jump on that train together, and that is pure essential power.
Oh, Julie, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for bringing your wisdom and your passion. I'm grateful to know you. I'm grateful to be a part of your work on this planet. And ladies, I want you to know that that Julie is an example of all the extraordinary women that are in this podcast. We put a new person up every week, so come back, learn from these women,
Yes.
and understand that they are not exceptions, they are examples, that they have stepped into their power, their passion, and they deliver that because they have a calling, and you have a calling. You are extraordinary, you're powerful, and you are here by a divine appointment. So I'm grateful to be your host. I'm grateful to be with you every week. Please take good care of yourself, and we'll see you soon.